The White House spokesperson, John Kirby, peddled this exact same narrative, but he actually had the audacity to tie it to political action that Republicans are unwilling to take.
You're seeing it now, even in the wildfires, where so many National Guardsmen are being called out, and God love them for that. But those are important tasks and missions, but it takes away from other tasks and missions when it comes to defending the United States. So there's an impact on our own readiness just because our troops, our sailors, our Marines, our airmen, our Coast Guardsmen are being called out to respond to natural disasters, which are getting worse because of climate change. And then lastly, it's a driver of actual missions because climate change creates instability, which creates insecurity in some places, and you can end up the fighting in Syria started really as a result of a drought, and so it can actually drive military missions and force the military to become involved in places and at times where they wouldn't have had to otherwise.
So he says natural disasters are worse due to climate change. The war in Syria happened due to climate change. First of all, that's just false. That is not accurate. That is not true. Natural disasters obviously are not worse due to climate change. But the part of that that's really important was his last sentence. It wouldn't have happened had we taken other actions. Oh, so what are those other actions, Mr. Kirby, that we could have taken that would have prevented the war in Syria? The other actions that he's talking about are embracing the radical leftist climate change agenda, pushing through the Green New Deal, putting us all on Medicare for all, government-run healthcare, telling us that we can't eat meat and drive gas-powered cars, spreading the wealth around, socialism. This would have saved us, right? Those are this net zero carbon, getting us off fossil fuels, just putting us on renewable energy, wind and solar, which is not able to actually power our country to the extent that we need. It would take us back to pre-industrial revolution times. We would have food shortages and medication rationing. This is what he's advocating for. So that sentence, it wouldn't have happened if we had taken other actions. Those are the actions that he's talking about. That's the most important part because this is the crux of the matter. Climate change, the way that the left describes it, is actually a hoax. We're not talking about the question of, is there incremental warming in the surface temperature of the Earth? Well, sure, we can see that empirically. Is that natural variation or is that caused by man's actions? Well, you can debate that. I know that there are good faith arguments on both sides of that. But the key here is that the radical left doesn't care about good faith arguments. They don't care about science. They don't care about history. They don't care about natural variation. They only care about using this climate change alarmist narrative to try to scare you into allowing them to push through their Marxist policies.